I'm Mike Corder, and my section of the preventive maintenance semi-annual inspection of the Zoll M series defibrillator is going to cover the internal discharge function, the energy output levels, and the synchronizer recorder function. Now we'll be checking the internal discharge of the Zoll defibrillator, and to do this, first we select defib, and we want to set the joules to the max energy setting, and then we want to charge it. We'll know it's going to be charged by the shock light will be illuminated. Now we have full shock. We should be able to push any button and the unit will internally just discharge all of its energy safely without damaging the machine, and we know it's discharged by the shock light going off. Now we'll be checking the energy output levels of the defibrillator. We'll be doing that by first of all having our pads hooked up to the defibrillator analyzer. We're going to have our select switch and defib, and we're going to check the energy levels at 50, 150, and 200. So first we adjust our energy select switch to 50. We charge it. When it reaches 50, gives us the shock light. We discharge, and then we're going to check to make sure we have a plus or minus 15% reading on our analyzer, and we are reading 47.6 joules, so that's well within the 15% plus or minus. So now we'll move our energy level up to 150. We'll take our range switch up to high now because we're over 100 joules. We're going to charge. As soon as we reach 150, we'll discharge the shock. We'll check our reading. We have 140.8 joules. That's well within 15%. Now we'll adjust it up to the max setting, which would be 200 joules. We'll charge it. When we reach 200 joules, we'll shock. Check our reading of 201.5 joules, well within the plus or minus 15% range. So now we're going to check the synchronizer recorder function of the defibrillator. First, by selecting synchronizer on, we now see that the defibrillator is marking each R wave. This function is to check that it only discharges in sequence with the R wave. So we want to select 50 joules with our energy select, and we already select there. We're going to charge it, and then when we get a shock advise, we're going to push the shock, and it will not shock until it comes in contact or at the same time with the R wave. So our synchronizer's on, we're set to 50 joules, charge, push, and it discharged. Now to make sure that it discharged at the same time in sequence with an R wave, the recorder will spit out a wave. And we can see when it discharged, and we can see that it is in sequence with an R wave. So the synchronizer function and the recorder function is operating properly.